So, this is what happens when you slap me with the coat hanger.
I tapped you.
She slapped me.
I tapped you.
I slapped back and went.
You see my coat hanger.
Let me see it.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead.
Married Vlog Monday.
If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that? It's Big Bird.
Hey, be nice.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another Married Vlog Monday. Sorry for last week. We completely missed last week's video. Not by our own fault, but YouTube sucks a big fat one. So we weren't able to get one up. But we got one this week, and today is actually a subscriber requested topic. The guy actually sent me a direct message on Instagram asking me about about what it's like having someone on the back on the bike. Obviously, I got my backpack back here that you actually have the camera view from, little Brianna, and so he has a Supermoto, and he's actually looking to get the same Model 636 that I have, and he was curious what it's like riding with someone on the back. So I figured I'd go ahead and give my point of view, and you guys could get a point of view from someone who rides on the back. I know I sure as hell would never ride on the back because I think it would be terrifying. So I'm going to go ahead and let her talk to you guys about what it was like whenever she first started riding on the back, how she felt about it, and I guess if she's learned anything from riding on the back. So go ahead, little one.
Okay. Well, I remember the first time I was going to go on the back, I was terrified because I was like, this is going to be the scariest thing in the world. Like, I'm going to think I'm going to die. How do you stay on? Like, I always thought it had to be so hard to stay on the back of this thing. And so I get on, and we're going, and mind you, like, he had a 250 the first time I got on the bike, which is kind of hilarious because...
For a guy that's 6'2", it was already funny seeing me on it.
And then he's taking me on it. It was ridiculous.
You say two people, we look fucking retarded.
Yeah, but that bike was a little bit easier for me just because this one's so big and I am so small. I can't, like, my hands have to hold him.
We're going to get some comments about that.
I can't, I can't hold the tank, or I can't hold it in front of him. So that's a little bit hard, but it's honestly not that bad. Like, I mean, I hold on, obviously, because, like, why wouldn't you? That's just dumb. But I can pretty much just sit on the back.
Yeah.
The only time it's bad is when he, like, accelerates or decelerates. Obviously, you'll see me, you know, go forward to him when he stops half the time. That was the one thing with your other bike. And I don't know if it's because, like, it was the other bike or because you hadn't been riding as long, but I swear to God, when you had that 600, my helmet hit your helmet at least 5 times a ride.
Yeah, that's
literally,
true.
I just smashed right into it.
And I don't know if it's because, because, like, on the CBR that I had, like, obviously the tail is very, like, more, it's a lot more narrow than this bike, because the back on this bike is, it's got a whale tail. It's big. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like on the CBR where it was so narrow, your legs didn't really have anything to grip like this one, because you got a wide base. Maybe that was
See, I
what
don't
kind of
like
made you
this.
move.
The
Yeah.
base of this one sucks. It hurts my legs like I get off because it's so wide.
Uh-huh.
The other seat was less comfortable, but like sitting back here was more comfortable.
Yeah, so you
But
need like
also-
the tail of the CBR with the seat of this bike.
Yeah, and I need the space that was between us and the CBR because
Yeah.
if you don't have a backpack and he stops quick enough, like I'm sitting in the hole behind him on the seat.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only issue. Like, because I mean, I sit pretty far up on the bike. I don't really know why. I think it's mostly because where the bike's lowered, like the handlebars are further away, so I'm kind of more up on the tank than I was on the CBR. But yeah, the space between my seat and the back seat, that's the biggest complaint she has in regards to this bike, because she always like slides into it, and then that's really awkward for me because it's like, why am I getting thrusted into the tank? Like,
yeah. But I mean, I pretty much sit up. Like it's not that. I mean, it gets uncomfortable more because you know bouncing on the back of the bike. Every freaking bump. Like, there's things that he looks at, he's like, oh, that's not a big deal, and I feel like I'm going to die after I went over it.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Like,
I have to squat a lot. I have to stand up. I mean, I don't, like, completely stand, but I have to go up on my feet, on the pegs. The bumps are bad, but other than that, it's pretty good. Like, I just sit up, I kind of hold on, relax, and try not to get too crooked when we're recording so you guys can actually see what's happening.
Yeah, like that's a big thing for someone who has never ridden, who has never rode a bike with someone on the back. Like the little things that we don't notice, like the little bumps that we hit, like those are the bumps that you really you have to really try to get away from every single bump possible whenever you have someone on the back, because you may not feel it, but apparently they really feel it.
Great? Oh my God! Don't ever go there, right? If you can avoid it, because those things. Whew! It might be worse for me too, though, because I feel like I just have bone.
And see, with most backpacks, with most people on the back, like, they're not as small as her, so it's usually a lot easier whenever you have somebody on the back, because they can, like, they literally put their arms around you and they just put their hands on the tank, like right in the front of the tank.
Yeah.
And that's how, she can't reach. So, I mean, but if you look at most videos on YouTube about, like, how to ride on the back of a motorcycle, that's what it shows you. They literally just reach around and put their hands on the tank. Then there's no issue with bumping into each other or them moving around. There's actually, I saw a ZX14 where a guy had his gas cap, actually, it was an aftermarket gas cap, and the part that goes around the actual gas cap had a part that came off of it that was literally a handle. So the person on the back just grabbed the handle, which was great, and I was like, that's pretty cool, but it would never work for us, because she's not big enough to reach around and actually grab it. So, I mean, so the big thing with riding with somebody on the back is bumps. And they need to know that whenever you're going through a turn, they have to lean with you.
The only time I actually wrap my hands around him is if we're going around turns, because it's like not even, I mean, it's hard to fight your body's reaction to not go sideways. So I feel like it's easier for me when I'm leaning against him to not fight it, because I'm just going where he is. Whereas when I'm sitting up, my instinct is to, lean left when he's leaning right, and obviously that's never a good thing.
I mean, it's the same thing when you first start riding. It feels really weird to actually, like, lean into a turn, because you think you're just going to fall over. But, I mean, with someone on the back, they have... What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. No one knows how to drive here.
But with someone on the back, they have to know that whenever you're turning, they need to lean where you're leaning, because if you're going through a turn and they're leaning the opposite way, that's going to do nothing but try to pull the bike back to where you're not wanting to go. So they need to be on the same page as you, and they need to know that before they get on the back. It's definitely a lot different riding with someone on the back than it is whenever you're by yourself. I mean, there was one time whenever I hadn't been riding that long. It was on my first, no, it wasn't on my first 600. It was on my second 600, which might as well have been my first, because the first 600 I had it for like a month and a half or 2 months before I traded to get the CBR. But I had only been riding, what do you say, like 6 months?
I don't even think it was that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't long. It may have been like 4 or 5 months. We went to the Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan concert, and on the way back, she hadn't have. There's no way you could have ridden with me more than like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get on the bike much before.
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't that, I would say, used to riding with her on the back, but basically we were going around this turn. Anyone that's been to Virginia Beach or lives in Virginia Beach is probably knows what Elbow Road is. It's a pretty dangerous road in Virginia Beach. A lot of people get fucking fucked up on that road. We were going around a turn, and I wasn't used to riding with somebody on the back, and completely overshot the turn, didn't take the turn good at all, and almost went into the woods. And it was simply because I didn't know how to ride with somebody on the back. I mean, it's plain and simple. It was, I mean, whenever you ride with somebody on the back, the bike feels a lot heavier, and it doesn't feel anywhere near as nimble as it usually does. Like this right here is so much easier whenever it's just me.
This feels so weird. I'm not sure you've ever done that.
So it's like the bike is no longer
Oh my God.
see that little bump right there? The bike is no longer very flippable like it usually is. And when you're going through long sweeping turns, it's not as easy. So we completely overshot the turn, damn near killed ourselves, and that was kind of like a moment that kind of opened my eyes. Like, okay, look, you got this little bitch on the back, and you need to slow it down. And we haven't really been in a situation like that since, other than like a month or two ago, whenever we were getting off on an off-ramp, and it was completely covered in gravel, just fucking everywhere. And we had to go way on the outside into oncoming traffic, and luckily the person that was coming wasn't anywhere near us. But
no, he stopped. Like, he saw us, and he literally just, like, stopped in his lane, which is perfect, because that could have...
yeah, that could have been real bad. But, I mean, the good part was, I mean, it wasn't anyone's fault other than the fact there's a shit ton of gravel in the road.
I mean, if I thought it was your fault, I wouldn't be on the bike again.
Yeah. Yeah, that was completely, oh shit, let's not die.
No, you're pretty good in sticky situations.
Yeah, I mean, riding skill-wise, I'm a 1,000 times better than I was when we got into that first situation. I've ridden with this little bitch on the back 1,000,000 times since then. So, I'm surprised she got on the bike after that one incident.
I didn't for a while.
Yeah.
Like, there was a very long time before I got back on the bike.
And honestly, I didn't want her to, because, I mean, that's what you're going to find out. If you ever get into a situation like that, if you have someone like I have my wife on the back, then it was like she was my girlfriend, but I mean, then that kind of makes you not even want to have somebody on the back, because you're like, okay, yeah, if I fuck up and I get hurt, that's one thing, but if I were to get into an accident with her on the back, that's a grom, babe, that's a grom.
Oh,
you didn't even see it.
I did. I can look all the way around just because you can't. I can hang out and look behind us. I can wave. I can do whatever I want.
Okay, so I'm curious as to what the fuck this guy's doing.
He doesn't know.
Anyway, if I were to ever have something happen with both of us on the bike, I don't think I would ever let her get back on the bike again. I would feel absolutely terrible. So I don't know. So you really have to be careful when you have somebody in the back, because it's a whole new ball game whenever you got somebody else's life now in your hands. So end of the day, just be careful. It's fun riding two up, especially with whenever you have these Bluetooth communicators. It kind of, and it's nice to bring somebody else like into this little world so they can see why you like it so much. I mean, I know she enjoys riding on the back because she can see so much. I mean, and that's to me the best part about riding on the bike. You can see so much more when you're on the bike. Like, that's the fun part of, like, when you're going somewhere cool, like if you're going up into the mountains or anything like that, you can see everything around you. There's nothing blocking your view. So I enjoy it. I think she enjoys it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm, like, not a fan of the bumps. If we had roads that were smoother, I'd have absolutely no issues being on the back. It's literally, like, around here, I mean, like, I don't need to do any, like, it just kills me.
Yeah. Thank you, Audi.
Isn't that great that you just went over?
That hurt?
I mean, I stood up because I saw it. We're going to die this winter, by the way, like, totally on a tangent. But, like, it's like the trees look like they're skipping fall and they're going to brown or no leaves. Like,
you think so?
I haven't seen any colors. They're green and brown. Like, where is... Oh, there's one that's colorful.
There's one right there. Look at that. Look at that.
I know. I've been looking. I'm like, there's no colorful trees. Oh, no.
Now, don't worry, guys. I already ordered my snow tires, so I'm good to go for this winter.
Oh, Lord.
But that's really all we got for you guys. That's our thoughts and advice on being a backpack. So, hope you guys have a good day. And a 1, a 2, and a 3. There we go. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Night riding. Why he doesn't like it. Now, me personally, unlike a lot of people... What is going on, guys? Welcome to the first of many real-world reviews brought to you by Motorcycle Superstore, and today...